Hey guys, welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today we're going to be doing so much that I can't even explain everything that we're doing at the beginning of the episode. So I hope you guys are ready. Alright guys, so we have lots to do today. I have to say, we really do have lots to do today. One tool I would like to get right away is going to be something from Industrial Foregoing. So that's one thing that I want to get into, and plus I want to get started with a little bit of immersive engineering, just getting some of the base things done that we need to be able to even work with this mod. So getting like the kiln would be nice to get going if we can today, but we got to get some other things done first before we do that, and also getting our possibly getting a blast furnace up today if we can. Of course, all of the other stuff required to get that, such as the coal coke machine, which would be really nice. But we're going to go ahead and start working on something else from Industrial Foregoing. So let's take a look at it. It is called the Stoneworks Factory down here. Where's it at? I could probably just search it. It'd be a lot faster. There it is, I think. Did I pass it up? There it is, Stoneworks. So I think we should be able to get this today, no problem. We need some lava, it looks like. Piston, we have tons of plastic at this point. So I think just all we need is like a bucket. I think buckets is something that we're going to need. Another bucket on top of a bucket. Well, you know what, we can go ahead and get 2 buckets, might as well. So we'll get one filled with water. I think that's going to be like the hardest part, and the other one filled with lava. So bam, we have that now. And we're going to need this, which I don't know if I had any 10 gears. I don't. Okay, so let's go ahead and make that. Oh, we need 10 ingots. I think we have some in here. Totally do. Yeah, I'm going to take all of these. Let's throw these in here. Uh-oh, I threw my food in here. Take that. I'll definitely need food. I'll also need some bricks today, so I'm going to go ahead and get those bricks cooked up and get that started. But we're going to go ahead and get this guy. Hopefully we should be able to make this now. We need everything, but we need a 10 gear. That's what we were working on, right? 10 gear. There we go. That should be enough. And now we should be able to make that. Make a piston. That should be very simple. And 2 iron picks. And bam. There we go. We have the stonework factory. So this guy, I think I'm just going to place it right on top so it's getting power from this machine. And this guy is going to start producing cobblestone. Or I can change it and make it do stone. But what I think I want to do is have it... It's going to produce... Well, I don't want it producing gravel. I want it producing sand. So let's set it to... sand, I think. There it goes. So now it's going to be producing sand. And that's exactly what I want. It's going to produce all of them. But for right now, I want it producing sand. So it's going to go through all these processes and produce some lovely sand. So, pretty nice. It'll also make stone bricks and all that stuff for us as well, which is always useful and very nice. Let's go ahead and give this some power, though. That way it keeps it charged. Of course, this is also going to be powering it, so... I think this should be powering it, though. Because it looks like it's causing any problems. But yeah, we're going to need this sand. Alright, so we got that part done. This guy is a really good cobblestone generator / gravel generator, so sand generator, stone generator. It's a crazy machine. All this stuff in Industrial Foregoing is pretty crazy. And you can do a lot of stuff with it. So, just keep that in mind. Alright, so we're going to move on. Like I said, I wanted to go ahead and get a few things done from Immersive Engineering. So let's take a look down here. My UI scale is kind of weird. You'd think that they would make the auto UI for 1080p standard, but they don't. As you can see, it's always set to large. Like a lot of times, I think just all of the UIs are built for large for some reason. I don't understand that. If you have it set to auto, it always messes up. But I always leave it set to auto for you guys, just so if you're on a mobile phone or anything like that, if you're looking at it at a smaller resolution, you can see a lot of this stuff a lot clearer. And it does really make a difference. So let's go look at Immersive Engineering. Alright. Actually, we need to probably not be in here, but because we can't get blast brick yet. We do have blaze powder and stuff. I did go kill a couple of blaze, but blaze is not what we actually need. We need coke brick. So it looks like we're going to need some clay. We're going to need some sandstone. Okay. So I'll take some of the sand, turn it into sandstone. And I love how they actually changed the recipes, and they made them a lot easier to craft now. So let me go ahead and get the rest of my clay. There we go. So what we can do is make this a lot easier. Let's take the blast brick. They're in sets of 3 now, so you don't get any left over. So you're going to need 20. Oh man, I think I'm lacking just one more set. I mean, you need 27. What am I missing? Clay? Missing clay? Out of all things I could be missing, I hope there's some clay in this pool over here. If there is, that'd be awesome. There's not. I know where some clay's at, though. So big deal. Alright, and there we go. There's our last bit, and we can go ahead and get this done. We're also going to need a hammer. Of course, everything that revolves around immersive engineering always requires a hammer. We need an engineer's hammer. I think we should be able to make this straight from our tablet, no problem. Bam. Let's make one of them. There we go. Engineer's hammer. And we also have this guy. Perfect. Where to put this? That is another question. It is kind of a bulky block. A lot of this stuff that I'm setting up is all temporary. So what you see here is not going to stay like it is. So I guess we could put it down here by our crops. We're going to have a couple different machines down here. So this is all temporary for now. I do plan on building a base soon, but I plan on spending a little bit of time with this pack. As long as it doesn't keep resetting the world. If that happens again, yeah, that would be very frustrating. I don't even know, but so far lag has not been an issue after they did the reset and they pre-gen the world, so it's actually doing very good. But as you can see, we now have a coke oven, and we should be able to throw some coal in there. I don't have much coal, but I think this is going to be enough coal to kind of get us started. So what we can do, I always like to use blocks. And I will use 3 blocks. That will be enough to get us some creosote oil to get started. Alright, and let's see, can we even make a blast furnace? That's another thing that I would like to make, is a blast furnace, early game blast brick. So we're going to need blaze powder, we're going to need some brick, and we're going to need some nether brick. Nether brick is not that hard to make, just needs some netherrack, and we can start cooking that down. This actually cooks very fast in this machine, and as you can see, I did change it. I put a hopper here, put a hopper down here, and this is all going to change eventually too. This is just early automation. I just keep updating it as I go, just to kind of push things along, as you can see. But this setup is doing very well. I mean, this is flying. I also set up a crafting table. I got some farm animals going on over there. I bred some of them. Got them going. You can set up some cactus and all the good stuff.
Right.
Oh, we got a subscriber. Man, I love hearing that notification. I don't know about you guys, but that always makes me happy to hear that somebody actually clicked that subscribe button. I love that. That really shows a lot of appreciation. Alright, so let's move on. Like I said, we're going to be working with the blast furnace. Now, we need some blaze powder. I did get 4 blaze rod, and I think we have enough blaze. If this actually gets cooked, or can be broke down, into how much though? That's the question. 4. Okay, so that should be plenty. I think 8 is more than enough blaze powder. So this should get us plenty of blaze powder to be able to make this. We just, like I said, need the nether brick. And we also need the clay. Perfect. I hope I have enough brick. That'd be something else that I have to worry about. But let's see. Do we have enough? No, we're missing nether brick. We're missing blaze powder. And we're also missing... We're missing clay. That's really the one thing we're missing. So I'm going to do some more clay farming like I already had done. But I'm going to go searching somewhere else and hopefully find a lot more. Plus, I need to sleep, so I'll see you guys on the flip side. So all that stuff is processing, looking pretty good. I went ahead and got my brick ready, and we should be able to now finish off the blast brick. Hopefully I have enough. I just need a bit more from my rod here. Just one more rod. I really don't need rods for anything in particular right now except for this. There's really not much else I need them for. So it's really not that big of a deal at the moment. And I can always go back and get more. Alright, so we got that done. So here's our other machine ready to go. Go ahead and get rid of the torch. Don't need that anymore. And bam, we have ourselves a blast furnace, just like that. Hit that with the hammer, you're good to go. Hot topic. We should have this almost done by now. It's about halfway done making the coal coke, so we are doing pretty good there. Looking pretty nice. It does look like the texture on this has actually changed. That's kind of cool. It's like a little bit smaller than this one. It used to look almost identical to this. It's a different color. It's kind of cool. Alright, there's also another one that we actually want to make. And that is the kiln. Now, the kiln is a little bit different. This guy uses sandstone. I think it actually uses sand as well. No, it uses sandstone. Okay. But you are going to need brick for that. And you only need 4 blocks of that. It's actually a pretty small multi-block. And it actually does a really cool job at what it does. Alright, so let's get this guy rolling. So I'm going to need some sand. I'm okay with that. Sand. Turn into brick. There we go. And then we're going to break this up. And we're going to get 4 of those. I'm pretty sure it's only 4. I'm going to place it right here. Oh no, it's 8. Sorry, not 4. Look at me. It is 8. 8 blocks, but it's a 2x2. That's what I was trying to get at. So it's a 2x2, hit it with a hammer, bam, you have a kiln. Pretty cool thing. It actually does alloys. It's kind of what it does. It's an alloyer, which is really neat. And kind of a small multi-block. So we kind of have a lot going on right here. As you see, my FPS is kind of tanking, as I said over here. It jumps from where it was at around 100 or so, now it's pushing 70s. So with more stuff we get doing things in this small area, the worse things are going to get. But I'll definitely fix this whenever we start building a structure. This is a perfect area to start building. And we're going to work on that probably in the next few episodes once we get a lot more building materials. It'd be really nice to do. But yeah, we are looking pretty good. So we have this set up, and this is almost done with the coal. There's not really much we can do else until we get some treated wood. There's really not that much we could do as far as power and stuff like that goes. We could make copper cables and things of that nature, but I'm really not interested in that at the moment. The thing I really am interested, though, is these garden cloches. I would love to get that. It looks like there's a vacuum. Oh, they changed their recipe. Okay, that makes it a little bit different. They have a vacuum tube. You need an energized workbench, and you actually need a manual. Okay. So I guess it, as long as there is the manual for that thing. Right? And it looks like we have a charging station. I don't remember there being a charging station. It's actually different. But the vacuum tube requires the engineer's blueprint. Okay. Is it like a special blueprint that we actually have to get, though? Oh, no, it's right here. Requires copper, aluminum, iron, lapis, and paper. That's a pretty easy setup, though. But, I mean, just to get the garden cloche, to get these vacuum tubes, doesn't seem like it's that hard of a recipe there. But it really is worth it for these garden cloches. These guys are really awesome. I don't know if they nerfed them in 1.12. It does look like they have changed a lot in their mod. That definitely is a plus, though. If they did change it, thumbs up to them still. It is a really nice mod. Alright, so we have a lot to get done here. Looks, I'm just kind of going over. I haven't actually seen a lot of the stuff that has changed. It does look like there is a lot, which is pretty nice. I was also kind of wanting to get a little bit further into actually additions and possibly moving away from my Tinker's Construct hammer. I know that may sound crazy, but actually Additions has a really nice hammer. Or drill, I should say. And the drill can be upgraded to a 5x5. And it is a little bit easier than going the Redstone Flux route. Which, you could say is a little bit cheaper. I don't know. But it does seem like this is a better way of going the drill route. So the drill requires some diamantine crystals, which, I mean, getting to this step is not hard. We already have a drill core that we got in the loot chest. All we need is advanced coils and a couple blocks of iron, and we will have a drill. Now, the upgrades. The 3x3 upgrade is what we already have. To get the 5x5 upgrade, it's really not that much more expensive. Except for it requires the empowered Anori crystals, which we would require the empowered station and all that stuff right there. But to get to the place where we're already at with our tool, I mean, we could make this, but it looks like we're going to need a few other things first. But we can go ahead and get the base drill already made, since it's so easy to make. So let's go ahead and get all of that. We do need a bit of iron. So I'll take at least a few pieces of iron. And what else are we going to need? Our drill core, of course, and 3 diamonds, and 8 redstone. So we can easily make that. I'm going to gather all this stuff because we only need so many things. The diamonds, we only need 3. And I think that's good. I hope somebody sleeps here soon. But let's actually make the blocks real quick. Let me go ahead. We only need 3 blocks. And that's it on that. So, 3 blocks, all of this stuff. Let's actually... I can't really turn my magnet off. I don't know how that's going to work. Yeah, I knew that wasn't going to work out very good. So how to turn them? I guess throw it in my back. There we go. Bye-bye magnet. And our blocks. There we go. So we got all of the things we need. And we're looking pretty good. Alright, let's go back into here. And we can get the drill. So I already have a drill core. We're actually going to need advanced coils. That's something that I don't actually have right now. Oh, and I also hear our friendly neighborhood zombie. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and sleep, and I'll be back. We were back to crafting this. We did need some gold nuggets. So that should be good now. Let's just make sure we have all of this. And then this. Oh, we don't have enough gold nuggets. That should be a plenty, though. And bam, we should be able to craft this guy. There we go, we have a drill. Now we can color any color we want. I don't think I have any kind of orange colored dye. I could make it. I guess I could make some dye. I have plenty of red. And all that good stuff. But yeah, this guy requires some power, so let's go ahead and charge it up first. Let's give it some of that good old power. And by itself, it's actually a pretty decent tool. I can actually move it and put it over here. It's going to do the same. This is doing 80 RF per tick. Not that great, to be honest. I guess this would actually be the best place to put it. Yeah, it is charging pretty fast. But yeah, we can get like drill speed modifiers, which actually produce quite a bit of power. Our actually addition stuff actually does quite a bit. But we really need to get in a power up pretty soon. That'll be something to do here shortly. Not today. We're not going to do the empower today. That'll require like its own video, pretty much. But I'm kind of just getting some of the base stuff on a lot of these mods up and running. I know it may seem a bit crazy seeing some of the stuff, but this tool is really cool because you can not only use it on stone, you can use it on grass. Unfortunately, it does not work on stone, or it does not work on wood, but I have a tool for wood. This is my favorite tool for wood. But yeah, unfortunately, this guy does not work on that stuff, but it does work on everything else. So, as you can see, just like everything else, it works perfect. So, I can't complain there. It is a really nice tool, very upgradable, up to a 5x5, which is a really big mining space. The only downside to this, it is electric. Does require flux. but you do have batteries in this pack, which is a part of actually additions. They do have their own batteries, if I can find them right here. And the biggest battery, which is the quantum battery, I guess that is the biggest, or quintuple battery. It's actually, the batteries are actually not that expensive either. And that'll hold 2 million RF. And you can hold multiple batteries if you want. You're worried about running out of power. But by this point, we really won't even need a drill eventually. So we'll definitely have automated mining. The vertical digger is a good example of that. But as you can see, it does require some empowered stuff. So like I said, we're going to get Empower up and running. Not today, though. Alright, so I went ahead and made a redstone furnace and a pulverizer from thermal expansion. These are two very simple machines to make, and they don't require too much to get set up. I did place them kind of weird. Actually, now that I look at it, I probably should have the pulverizer on top and the furnace on the bottom, just for fact of automating them later on, possibly. I am going to hook up power to these guys using a cable. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. There is the leadstone flux ducts, which are actually pretty simple to make. You get 6 of them. So I'm going to use those as our power cable, I guess our first power cable actually, to get set up. Actually, I need to do this as well. This is kind of getting annoying, falling in its hole. It's actually an old mine of mine. My actual mine is actually way over there. It's actually a 3x3 mine, really nice, and has stairs now. So mining is not that hard anymore. So yeah, I went ahead and made this. Now I wanted to kind of show a little bit of what happens here. To get the induction smelter, which is like one of the next steps is getting an induction smelter, we need Invar. And that's why I made the alloy kiln. So this guy actually produces this stuff at a pretty decent pace. All we need is iron and nickel. And you could say that this guy is just as good as your induction smelter. It's just that this is the early version of your induction smelter. But Invar, of course, is 2 iron and 1 nickel, and we can do that in any form. But let's get iron and nickel. So 2 iron and 1 nickel. Actually, we're going to go a bit further than that. We're going to do 6 iron and 3 nickel. Looks like we haven't even processed nickel ore yet. That's kind of crazy. I'm surprised we haven't. But this shouldn't take very long at all. It's actually going to go straight into here, process in like no time flat. I mean, this is actually a pretty fast process, it going through here. If we had a double crusher, it would go even faster. I can actually upgrade that to a double crusher. It just requires 2 of these, and then you have a setup just like this, where you can split your items. But yeah, this is actually a pretty fast setup. All right, let's go ahead and hook this guy up. So we're going to need some coal. That would be the first part. So let's take our coal. I think it accepts regular coal. We can try mini coal. That would be something else to try. So what we need is 3 nickel and 6 iron, and this is going to start processing. And I think it will accept tiny coal. If that's the case, that would be really awesome. But as you can see, it gives you the Invar. So we should be able to also get an induction smelter up and running, because there are some things that you can only do in an induction smelter. So if you take a look at what the induction smelter does, you can see 186 different types of items can be processed in the induction smelter, especially those that are required with thermal expansion, which we will be getting into. So definitely keep an eye out for that. All right, so the induction smelter. Can we make this thing? I think I need to make another one of these. And we do need some Invar gear. So I think we're going to need some more Invar for sure. So I guess it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess we need double the amount that we have over there. There we go. Pop that in there. And I think the tiny coal does work. It does look like it's working. Its burn time's a little bit different, which is fine. This seems very odd. There we go. Alright, so this guy is definitely making some more. And while we're waiting for that, we should be able to finish making that. I think we have just about enough. That's 2 gears. We need 1 bucket. I don't want to waste one of the buckets that I currently have. And I think I already have the machine frame. So there we go. We already have an induction smelter. That's pretty crazy. So let's go ahead and put the induction smelter up there. And we can run the piping to it. Bam. So now we have an induction smelter. Boy, we are flying with all these machines. Look at these machines. This is just getting ridiculous. But I am trying to like dive into just about every mod I can think of. There are several other ones that I can totally get into. I think next episode we're going to work on crop automation. I know this is a huge crop, but we're not going to automate the whole crop. We're only going to automate sections that we want to automate. And of course, industrial foregoing I think is going to be one of the better mods to do that with. The fact that it doesn't require that much power to do. And it also produces another substance that we can use to generate even more items. So that's something to definitely look forward to. But yeah, we have an induction smelter, which is going to be a little bit faster than this, I think. I know this is actually a pretty fast machine. The alloy kiln is a very neat machine. It does a lot of cool stuff. So if you guys haven't seen that, now you have. Pretty nice. As you can see, I do have all the inscribers. I actually gave them to my buddies over there for them to make copies of them so they can have copies. But yeah, they didn't get a hold of them. So if they need them, I'll definitely be able to give them to them. So if you see them jump in and out of my inventory, that's why I'm sharing them. I have every single one of them that you need to get started with AE2. So that is like one of the hardest parts. And I found those as I was just jumping around trying to find a good spot to call home. And this is definitely one of those good spots. But yeah, I think we've done quite a bit in today's episode. I know it may be a bit shorter than normal, but you know what? It isn't about how long the video is. It's about the quality of the content. And I hope you guys are really enjoying that. If you are, please don't forget to smack that like button. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button. Believe me, you will not be disappointed. And as always, check the links down below in the description. You'll find links to my Discord, my Patreon, all that good stuff. A little bit of talk and I think a few other things about this pack is down below. If you guys have any questions, you can always jump on the Discord and ask me. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And as always, thanks for watching.